It's pretty nice outside, and we've had some fair weather. If you hear any trucks in the background, my neighbor is asphalting his driveway. So if you hear any loud noises, that's what it is. And so today we have a special guest, Simon Rodriguez, Youth Service Manager, City of Aurora. So I'm gonna bring up Simon right now. He's gonna come in our screen, come on our screen here in 1 second here, or 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here he is. Thank you, Simon, for being with us.
Thank you, John. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I saw Simon, I guess it was about it was about 1 week ago, I think. Oh, yeah, a little over a week ago at the Kiwanis Club of Aurora meeting at the Prisco Center. If you want to know more about that, give me a comment or something. We'll pass that on. I hope some people are out there listening. Now this is going to go around, and we're going to show this off to others. What Simon has doing with the city, and we really appreciate him. And so I'm just going to give a big welcome to Simon here. So welcome, Simon, and good to have you with us, brother.
Thank you. Again, very excited to be here to talk about a lot of the services that we already have in the community, a lot of some really exciting upcoming events. So
yes.
Thank you again for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you get right into it. What's happening on the summer front here as we we got a few more weeks of summer, but it's sort of wrapping around the corner here. What's happening right now, and we'll look more to the fall too here in a second. But what's happening right now in the summertime here? Would you say, Simon?
I feel that summer just started, and now we're already gearing up towards what we call our back to school season. So I don't want to get anxiety yet, but I mean, we're coming close to August, which is really preparation for back to school. We finished off the month of June with some really fun activity kits. Those who follow us on our Facebook page know what I'm talking about. We understand that even though for some programs you couldn't be in person, we still wanted to make sure that our youth are active and engaged in a fun educational way. So we partnered with different organizations, including the Fox Valley Park District, the Fire Museum, SciTech, and Alive at Aurora, a new organization in downtown Aurora, just to make sure, again, that we keep our kids engaged. We launched the Aurora STEAM Academy earlier, actually in January. It's a year-round program teaching fun, interactive STEAM components. It is a free program for Aurora youth from 1st through 6th grade. And we just want to make sure that, again, they're engaged in a very fun way. The Aurora STEAM Academy teaches kids coding and different forms of STEAM that we know are beneficial for them in any future, many future careers. So that's
can I ask one? Is that is that STEAM online, or do they meet somewhere? How does that work?
Yeah, it's thank you for asking. It's an in-person. It's right now 10 kids max per session. We want to make sure it's short, small, and intimate. Again, it's free of charge. There's an application process through apstraininginstitute.org, or they can just go to the City of Aurora's website and look up the Aurora STEAM Academy. You can even just Google Aurora STEAM Academy, Aurora, Illinois. You'll go to the page, all the information there for our families to be able to sign to register their kids up for this free program. Again, it's going to be year-round. So if you haven't had a chance to do it yet, it's going to go all the way through December. Excuse me. So we've had that, and then like I mentioned, we are gearing up for our back-to-school season, which I could talk about now or later, but we definitely want to talk about what we have coming up in the next few weeks.
Now, did you do, or I mean, in the past, I know you've had the youth, what we call it? My mind just went blank on that. The Youth Summer Festival.
Sports festival?
Or? Yeah. Did you? Did you do that, or is it coming up, or how is that?
So the Aurora Sports Festival, which is a 27-year, now this was the 27th annual tradition, and we kept it going. The only time we had to cancel it was last year, obviously due to COVID. However, this past year, because it was still in May, we're still in, I think, phase 4, pretty restrictive. We did it. It takes place in May. This year, we had a sort of a virtual edition where students at their respective schools competed in athletic challenges. And for those of you that don't know, the sports festival traditionally is a gathering of over 15 middle schools in Aurora, both public and private schools, come together and compete against each other in a variety of different athletic competitions, such as softball, basketball, soccer, chess, checkers, volleyball. We added a 1-mile run. We have a tug of war competition at the end, and it's just a fun, really fun, tradition that we have, and we are gearing up for 2022 that will be in person next May. So we did have that. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a more restrictive event, but we did have it this year. We're looking forward to next year.
Is that an elementary school event, or is it high school?
No, it is middle school. So it is
middle school. It's a middle school.
Yep. So 7th and 8th graders from Aurora. Very, again, tradition, 27 years. I was a part of it when I was in middle school, so it's really full circle to now be the person that helps run this event.
I think I remember something like that. I'm up in Batavia, and I know we did something like that when I was young.
Yeah, so
I remember running track and things in that age bracket and doing things like that. That's a real nice thing to do with kids, and
Absolutely.
hopefully that'll be different in 2022.
Yes.
We'll get rid of this dang variant here, and gotta get that vaccination. That's a side advertisement there. So you have the STEAM Academy that's going to be ongoing. It's STEAM and then Academy, and look that up on the Aurora website, Aurora City website, right? STEAM Academy, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That sounds awesome. And so now you're sort of wrapping up the summer program here. What's up in the fall coming up?
Well, before we get to the fall,
we got to go right now.
Yeah, right. We have to talk about back to school season. So August.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, back to school.
And again, we want to make sure that we can help supplement, a lot of our families' school supplies and different resources. Great. So over the course of the next few weeks, we'll have at the City of Aurora level with our partners 5 different back to school events where families can come out. Some of them are in person, some are drive up. They can receive their free back to school kits. Those are good from elementary through high school. Great. And also some other giveaways, or different information that's important for our residents to know regarding, school physicals, backpacks, lunch programs, things of that nature. So like I said, again, we're gonna have 5 of those. I can go over those if you'd like, if we have some time to go really briefly over those dates, but we will be posting all this information on our City of Aurora Youth Services Facebook page.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure folks understand that we have that that information is readily available this week. We're actually announcing all our 5 events.
Okay, you know what the dates are somewhat?
Yes. Yes,
how early do they start?
Yeah, so our first back to school event is August 8th. Sunday.
Hey, you're not that old. Come on.
No. Sunday, August 8th. That's the ice cream social hosted by Alderwoman Juani Garza. That's at McCarty Park, Sunday, August 8th. Okay. And that is from 12:30 to 5 p.m. So again, we posted information on our Facebook page. The next event is Friday, August 13th. That's hosted by the African American Men of Unity and Alderman Sherman Jenkins. And that is a drive-up event at Greenfield Park on the west side off of Illinois Avenue. That one is from 4 to 7:30 p.m. Okay. And then the next day, Saturday, August 14th, we have 2 events. And actually, 3 events that I want to talk about. So the first event is run by communities, cities, and schools. We just talked about Teresa Shoemaker. Cities and schools will have their back to school fair at Phillips Park from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. That is a drive-up event. Also, Alderman Llamas in the first ward, along with a coalition of different Latino Greek organizations, will host a back-to-school bash at the Aurora Transportation Center parking lot. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is a drive-up event as well. And then later on, Aurora Downtown, along with other organizations, are going to have a back-to-school block party. And they're going to close off a block of Stope Island, where again, folks can come out for food, entertainment, music, school supplies, and different fun activities, as I mentioned. So that's going to be all on the 14th. And then finally, to wrap up all our events on Sunday, August 15th, Alderwoman Shakira Hart Burns, over 30-year tradition, she will have her back to school bash at Martin Luther King Jr. Park off of Farnsworth. That one is in person. That is I believe, from 12 to 5 p.m. event. Again, free back to school supply kits, free haircuts and braids for kids, food, music, the whole nine. So we're excited to present all those opportunities for our families to come out and get some free supplies and just welcome our kids and get them excited for a school year. So that's all part of the back to school season. Again, I know I talked a lot. It's a lot of information. Our Facebook page, City of Aurora Youth Services, we have all that information posted in our flyers in English and in Spanish.
So,
and then one more thing for because I don't want to forget about our national night outs.
I've
tradition.
done that one before.
Our national night out is a national event, right? It's in the name. Last year we had a national night in due to the pandemic. This year we're going back to host in different neighborhoods throughout the city. We're going to have 20 different sites throughout the entire city where our neighborhood, our police come out for food and fun and entertainment and just bringing the community together, right? Mm-hmm. And so that information is forthcoming as in regards to all the 20 locations and the times. So that's coming up next week. So again, just follow us on our Facebook page for more information. I'm sorry, I forgot the date. I talked about
that's what I was going to say. What's the date of that night out?
National Night Out is always the first Tuesday in August. So that's going to be August 3rd this year. And again, the times are in the evening. So just please be on the lookout.
Pretty soon here then, actually.
Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks. So
now the 3rd is let me see what day of the week. I don't have my schedule. What day?
That's a Tuesday evening. August 3rd is a Tuesday evening.
Okay. I've gone to several of those in the past. The events, it's very nice. People offer food and recreation and other fun things, and the police and the fire department come around, and kids can get in the old fire truck or see the police car or just things like that. Just very, very community orientated type of event. And you say you got about 20. How many sites? About 20?
We have 20. Normally we have obviously a lot more, but because of the pandemic, we're
right. Anyway,
I'm very excited because with such a short window that we knew that we wanted to have something in person, we were able to have this event with 20 sites throughout the city. All our wards are going to be represented, and as you mentioned, this is a great opportunity for our community to come together. Our residents, our community police officers, our firemen and women, and just an event to unite and enjoy and know that there's a lot of participation within our neighborhoods, and we really want to highlight that.
Yeah, and that's I'm sure basically an outside event. So
yes,
we'll just hope and pray for no rain that evening. But that's a very nice event, and I've been visited. Since I haven't been, I've been more a participant than.
Yeah.
a lot of nice foods
Come on
and
out.
everything
We'll have
like that. So I've really enjoyed that one.
yeah.
So we're going to go to the fall here and just give a little lineup and hear what you're thinking, what's happening in the fall in our city of Aurora.
Yeah, so again, really excited to welcome back one of our big events. We actually have it twice a year, in April and in September. However, obviously this past April, we weren't able to have it in person, so it was a virtual experience. But I'm excited to officially announce that our Youth and Family Resource Fair will be held on September 16th at the Prisco Center from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday, September 16th. For those of you that don't know, our Family Resource Fairs is our opportunity to present to our community what is out there for programs, for events, for services, for resources for our youth. Many times, and rightfully so, many in our community ask, "I don't know what's out there for my kids, for my students, for my athletes," right? And so this is a really good opportunity for us to say, "Here's what we have in our community," and this event normally brings 50 plus organizations dedicated to serving our youth in a variety of ways, from athletics, after school, mentorship, youth employment, health and wellness, fine arts, just a wide range of services and programs that are offered for our community. That is your opportunity to come out. It's going to be an in-person event. It is free. We have free giveaways, free raffles. In years past, we typically raffle off free TVs, free gaming systems, free things and passes to different locations throughout our city. We want to be, pro local business. So we want to make sure that any businesses listening in, we kindly accept donated items for our raffle, which is free, and the raffle is just for our youth. So I invite the community out. There'll be more specific information coming out. So mark your calendars for Thursday, September 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Prisco Community Center. We will have our Youth and Family Resource Fair.
So would that be like different organizations would be there that work with youth?
Yes. So we have over.
I mean, the city and other groups
Yes.
too.
So obviously, we hosted, but I mean, we have our different organizations such as the Fox Valley Park District, the United Way, the different museums that we have in downtown Aurora, like the Fire Museum and SciTech,
Right.
cities
Okay.
and schools. Represented with our school districts, with District 131 and 129, East and West Aurora. I mean, every year we bring in new organizations. We bring in our partners at the Paramount, Paramount School of the Arts and
Right.
and Wabanzi and all the program that they have. And when I say youth services, when folks are like, well, it's all the way from early childhood through early college and adulthood. So we have everything ranging from early childhood programs such as the East Aurora District 131 has their amazing program for early childhood. We have all the way through early college, and we have our Central States, for example, that gives a GED and employment training program for young people ranging from, I believe, 18 through 24. So, and everything in between. So we want to make sure that we are highlighting all ages of our youth for that event. So we welcome the community to come out for this fun and free event that we're having on September 16th.
Wow, that's here's your city website. I don't have the Facebook. I should have that one, but that Facebook would be facebook.com and /
Yeah.
Aurora Youth, or how is that? You know?
So it's facebook.com / City of Aurora Youth.
Oh, City of Aurora. That's all one word, City of Aurora Youth.
City of Aurora Youth. That is correct.
Okay, so facebook.com / City of Aurora Youth. That's where you can get a lot of this good information that we're giving out today.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's great.
I know it's so much information in such a short amount of time. So I invite folks to like our page and follow us to get up-to-date information. So that's one thing, right? And obviously, we also we work very closely with our school districts, as I mentioned before,
Right.
public and private schools in Aurora. So any school that physically is located within Aurora, or schools that serve students that physically live in Aurora, we will work and partner with and offer different services. Other things we have in the fall, for example, obviously once pending, the plan for different the school districts are going to be back in person, full
Right.
time. But we typically will offer, for example, our after school program in conjunction with cities and schools called My Time. This is a after school program for our middle school students. We also have through our athletic department, our athletic subdivision within youth services, we have what we call our City of Lights tournaments. This is again a middle school level athletic tournaments ranging from soccer to cheerleading to wrestling, volleyball, all the fall and winter sports that are traditionally had at the high school level, we also have at the middle school level. So again, we're kind of waiting to see what the start of the school year will be, but we're ready to launch those programs again as well this fall.
Yeah, and I noticed on your website that you have a couple individuals that are working with you, and one
Yes.
of the individuals was handling what's called youth court. Now, is that right now, or is that
Yes.
on hold, or is it coming back? And explain
Yeah.
what that is a little.
Great question. I love talking about youth court because many of our residents actually don't know what youth court is. So first of all, youth court is run by my very good friend, amazing servant of our community, Miss Sandra Sarmiento, who is a licensed counselor, works for District 131, works also part-time with us to run our youth court program. Youth court is just a revolutionary way of us looking at the juvenile justice system and what we call a restorative justice program. What restorative justice really means is us looking at, not re-looking, but looking at the juvenile justice system and saying, how can we try to prevent our youth from becoming part of that system, right? We know that statistics show that anyone that is incarcerated or in trouble with the law, the chances of them repeating an offense sometimes can be very high depending on their financial situation, economic situation, upbringing, etc. What we try to do is we work in conjunction with our Aurora Police Department and North Aurora Police Departments with our youth detectives. They will recommend a youth participant and their families to choose to either go through the regular court system, which we know can be costly and end up on someone's record, or through our program, which is free of charge to them. And if they successfully complete it, it will not remain on their record. Clean
Right.
slate in hopes for them to not repeat whatever the offense was. So it's twofold. It is that where a youth participant and their families will show up to a court proceeding where they will discuss what happened. At that point, they are given a few tasks. We'll say, we don't want to say punishments, but tasks that they have to complete within 30 days, which will include community service, a counseling session with our counselor, as well as any other activities such as reflective pieces for them to reflect on what they did. They come back in 30 days. If they completed everything satisfactory, then they complete the program and they move on in hopes of not repeating this offense. Many studies have been done. Many municipalities, school districts have implemented this type of program, and it has proved successful in many ways of keeping kids out of the juvenile justice system, but also it ends up actually saving the taxpayer. So it's a win-win all across the board. The other part of youth court, though, is our peer jury. So youth court, literally, the jury is a jury of their peers. So the same way that someone has to show up for youth court, youth, and it typically ranges between, let's say, 10, 11 years old up until 17. their jury is a jury of their peers of that same age range. So we have representatives throughout Aurora that are youth, that are volunteers, that are the jury. We train them in this program, and it's youth led, and it's amazing. And again, I can't speak highly enough of our youth court program, and we want to make sure that our community knows about it, and the surrounding communities do too, because I would love to see something like this implemented in surrounding communities and municipalities, and in hopes that we can really tackle the juvenile justice issue, and hopefully keeping, first-time students or youth away from this system.
Is this program, how long have you been doing this in Aurora? Maybe I missed that, but
So
how
this
long?
program, if I'm not mistaken, started in late 90s, I think early 2000s. It was
Really? It's been around a while.
Yeah, and it's been a grant-funded program until we just saw the success rate overall. It is now a City of Aurora funded program.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
And again, it's monthly. Obviously, because of COVID, we had to kind of stop a little bit, and then we worked with the police department to be able to do this securely through Zoom. But we just came back in person last month in June. So we're gearing up to kind of go back in person with our jurors and with our participants.
Right.
And, so it's once a month, and again, we have such a great group of young, dedicated people, a part of our jury. And I will say this, John, we've had instances where youth that are the participants that committed some kind of offense, and when I say that, it's been typically fighting, online bullying, petty theft, things of that nature.
Okay.
And a lot of times we'll see when they come back after those 30 days of community service and counseling, and we ask the parents, because the parents are there the whole time as well. Do they see any change in their child?
Okay.
A lot of times, more often than not, they do see it. And they say, we're starting to see our son or our daughter or our child really reflected on what they did. Okay. We've even had instances where some of these young people became later on members of our jury.
Okay.
Just to see a full circle movement. And I think that's such a powerful thing. So I'm really proud of our youth court program. I'm proud of the work that Sandra has done to help grow this program. And obviously, once we start getting back into school, we will be looking for more youth peer jurors. So that information will be coming out once we, excuse me, get back into the groove of school.
So this works with our legal system, and they sort of give this as an alternative, and then if they want to do it, they can. Is that how that works? So would you say? Yeah.
It is the family's option. More often than not, they do choose to go through this program because, again, it is economically speaking, it makes sense. But also, many families, parents especially, because sometimes our youth, if a youth engages in some type of activity that they shouldn't have,
right,
sometimes it's really hard for them to comprehend the scope of what they did until much later on. Yeah. However, the parents, more often than not, realize this is your second chance.
Right.
For you to kind of right that wrong, so to speak, right? And in other words, too, John, we know when we really dig into an issue of why, a youth committed any type of activity, or whether it's theft, whether it's fighting or bullying. A lot of times when we look at the clinical aspect of it, right, the counseling aspect of it,
right,
we really dig into the whys of this happen, and more often than not, we can really, after that, engage this person and really just get to the bottom of it. While we know that, on the other hand, the regular justice system, there are many, many, many flaws within it.
Right.
And we don't want someone who committed a first-time offense to be introduced into the current legal system. We want to break that cycle.
Right.
And hopefully keep our kids, from repeating these type of offenses.
Well, that's very important. One quick question there: Are there other King County cities doing this, or it's just Aurora? And you said North
So,
Aurora, but
yeah, so we partner with Village of North Aurora. So, not at the moment that I know of. I mean,
okay.
there might be
I
some in
just was
Chicago.
wondering. So you got
We
to,
do know this is a very,
yeah,
very popular concept on the West Coast. Also in the Nevada, Arizona, we start to see this introduced throughout those
right.
states.
No, I hear you. I think it's very good, and so that's a very good program. And did we miss anything on the fall thing there, or are we about? I think we caught up on that, didn't we? I think.
I think
And
so far, we'll see.
we've talked about quite a bit here. I want to bring this up real fast here. We talked. You can go online. We said Facebook, City of Aurora / Facebook.com/City of Aurora Youth. But you can go to the regular website here that we had, the City of Aurora, and you got a nice resource guide. It's got a lot of different groups. And anyway, it's real nice. I saw that, Simon. That was really nice little thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just want to thank Simon for coming by and just chatting here. And there's a lot of things happening in the city of Aurora, and we want to keep our youth on the straight and narrow and on the good path that God has for them. And I thank Simon for his work with the city there. And we're going to have other youth people up here on our show more, but I just thank Simon and the city of Aurora for what they're doing in trying to just help our youth to be good and better citizens. And so, thank you, Simon, so much. And I really appreciate you. And along that line, on Friday, we're going to have a special guest here. I got to bring up my thing real fast here. We're going to have Ricky Rogers of the Men of Unity is going to be with us. I guess Ricky Rogers, the African American Men of Unity, is going to be with us on Friday.
Awesome.
So, Simon, I just again want to thank you, brother, for being with us. And
yes, thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, we're here to serve our youth in our community. And if there's anything, I'm always available. rodriguez@aurora.il.us. Please feel free to email me, or you can reach me in my office line, 630-256-3402. I want to make myself as readily available to our community. But again, our youth services, City of Aurora Youth Services page on Facebook, up-to-date information on upcoming events and resources for our youth.
Yes, thank you, Simon. And I'm just going to say right now, we're going to sign off here and say, God bless you out there. And thank you for listening with me. And bye-bye now till next time.